Good morning, everybody. It's 5:15 in the morning. Way too early to be doing this. But I have to get going because fun calls, and it calls hard and fast. I'm going to be heading to the beach today for the next week with family. I'm going to have a nice little house right on the water, see what's going on with the surf, the sun, the sand, and the fun. But the beach is not the only fun out there. There's fun to be had on the way and nearby, and that's what we're going to this morning. We're going to go have some fun. Now, some of that fun will be in another video. This video is all about just getting to the destination, but you got to have fun along the way. So, I'm going to eat my cereal here, and then we're going to hit the road. All right, so now it's time to hit the road. We got to get south of the Beltway before the traffic hits and start having a good time. We're having a good time now, but better times south of the Beltway. So let's get ahead of that traffic right now. First, how about a little road trip music? We had a schedule getting south of DC. Traffic was thick, but not too bad. It kept moving. It never slowed down or stopped. You may have noticed, where's Annette? She's not here. Fortunately, Annette has to work, so she's not able to join me on this trip with the family. So I'm not going straight to the beach today. I'm actually making a pit stop in Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Virginia. It's one of my favorite parks. It's a beautiful park. Been there many times before. It's been a couple years since I was last there. I think it's been 2 years since I was last at Busch Gardens. But it's a beautiful park. Love it. Can't wait to go back. Some good rides, lots of good theming. As you can see, I've made it to Busch Gardens before the parking lot even opened. Always get to the park early for maximum ride enjoyment. And right over there you can see the top lift hill of Apollo's Chariot. Wonderful B&M roller coaster. We're gonna ride that one today. So now it's around 5:30. Left Busch Gardens in a rear view mirror about an hour ago. Had a good time at Busch Gardens. It was really light up until about 12:30, 1 o'clock. Then it started getting a little busier.
Been a long day so far. I was up at about 4:30 and now it's 13 hours later. Probably won't get into Wilmington tonight until maybe about 9 o'clock.
Hey everybody, so I landed finally in Wilmington. By the time I got everything parked and checked in and everything, it's almost 10 o'clock. Got up really earlier this morning, but there's a night scene happening in downtown Wilmington. So I'm gonna go out. So I might have a little beer and relax for the rest of the evening. Tomorrow, I gotta get up. I have an activity or two planned for the morning and maybe early afternoon. By 3, 4 o'clock tomorrow, I'm gonna land at the beach house. Morning everybody. I've got a stop of an attraction or two that I'm gonna be checking out, future videos. And then I'm gonna be heading to the beach. I'm getting to the end. I'm only about 45 minutes away from the beach house right now. So after a couple activities, I'll be heading there very soon, very soon. So on this trip, I'm now in Wilmington. We've been to Busch Gardens already. We toured the Battleship North Carolina this morning. Almost going to the beach house. But I got one more stop. I found a place I got to check out called Whatever Wilmington. Pop culture, all sorts of crazy and odd knickknacks. We got to check this place out. Yep, this is definitely the right place. Antique computer. Oh, look at all of this vintage stuff. Vintage TV guides. I found the Disneyland, The Story of Tron. Check it out. Alice Cooper comic. And a Sex Pistols comic. Sex Pistols comic book. The Black Hole as told on cassette.
Yeah, that's great. You can buy that. You can Jurassic Park, and you can make.
And sure, some of you guys say, "Oh, I've been to Comic-Con." Were you in Comic-Con in 1976? They have a lot of very cool vintage stuff in here. It's amazing. Gloves, Dobie Gillis. Now that's an old comic. Vintage Fantastic Four, Marvel's Greatest Comics. Dressed Up Rabbit. There's some vintage old books here. I wonder if they have a Space 1999 book or a Partridge Family book. I had a bunch of those. Already identified a few things I have. My ancient collectibles aren't worth a ton, but I don't know. I look at them as a piece of history. Balcony seats from the Coolidge Corner Theater from Brookline, Boston, Massachusetts. Bob, did you ever sit in these chairs here? The Outer Limits game, Holly Hobby Machine, Howdy Doody Puppet Marionette, all kinds of comics. And it's pretty cool. They've got a few recent things in here too, but some of this classic stuff's pretty neat. All the Star Trek figures. I had this poster in my dorm room. Still have it somewhere in a box. The old Spinal Tap movie poster. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you gotta see that. Oh, found some more Disney. World of Adventure. Anybody have this? It's a complete sheet of Max Headroom cards. Uncut. You guys remember Max Headroom? Remember? This guy stayed too long. Roger Rabbit photo cards, movie photo cards. Probably still contains the original gum. Yep, I can feel the original gum in there. Mork and Mindy cards. Rocky 2.
Thank you, honey.
Yes, ma'am.
You got nothing. This is hard. Grandma can't stand seaweed. Oh my God.
Lots of Wheaties. 1987 World Champion Twins. Somewhere in my archives I have a 1993 Marlins inaugural year Wheaties box from the very first year that they existed. Somewhere in the archives. Holy cow, it's an uncut sheet of trading cards from James Bond's Moonraker. Remember Holly Goodhead from Moonraker? Completely uncut sheet. Really amazing. They have some very interesting things in here. Jar of feathers and birds in here. That's unusual. It's a Chief Garibaldi Babylon 5 figure. Loved Chief Garibaldi. Alas, he has passed away. It's been a pretty cool little shop. Well worth stopping by. It's a Planet of the Apes mask made from the original 1967 molds. Awesome. So All the stores along here, all vintage stuff, old record store, whatever, Wilmington that I went into, some vintage furniture. A lot of vintage stuff. It's kind of a cool little stopover. That was kind of cool to see. We got one more stop of fun, and then we're going to the beach house. Getting ready, so psyched. So I've stopped at this quirky junkyard sort of movie prop. It's all kinds of weird stuff. I'm gonna check this out, and then I'm going to the beach house.